useful 62 there in the first frame. This Championship League first became a ranking event last year. The only player who's ever beaten Kyren Wilson in the Championship League as a ranking event was John Higgins in one match last year. All the other matches he's won, with the exception of a draw with Scott Donaldson. So for whatever reason, in this format, very short matches, he just seems to come good time and time again. He also won the Invitation event, which is a different format, 7-man groups, but still best of 5 matches, very short.
Close, but I think he's going to leave it. Yeah, probably just play down for the red just above the black now. Leave himself an angle. Straight into the reds. 6. Seven. Yeah, just looking to get nice contact on the red, second red from the black. Yeah, stun the white out.
Foul.
Yeah, very unlucky, although he'd lost the
I
cue
lost
ball
7.
slightly anyway.
Oliver line 7.
So may not be a disaster, just didn't quite stun the meat of the pack, so that's why the whites run down into balk. Yeah, tough choice for Oliver now. Does he go for a pot, or does he risk putting Kyren Wilson back in? I think if he can see the red closest to the right hand corner, he's probably best going for it himself, because Kyren won't refuse it. Again, close, but not close enough. But this time, not much damage done for Oliver.
That's right, at least he's got the white back up the table again. Yeah, he was close both times to the attempted reds.
Now, can Kyren get through to the one closest to the left-hand corner? It's a tough shot, but I'm almost certain he'll have a go at it if he can. Now, what's he playing here? Is he trying to screw back to balk? Wow, that was close as well. Fantastic control though from Kyren Wilson. Terrific shot. Oliver in a lot of trouble here. Can't really dump the white onto this black cushion either, I don't think. Will almost certainly leave a pot of some description. Maybe forced into trying to pot his way out of trouble, which isn't easy from where the cue ball is. Well, I don't think he's got any choice here. I think he's going to have to pot one, or fluke one. Couldn't get out of trouble there, I'm afraid, Oliver. I think this red does cut back. Well, Kyren, I think, is looking at one into the middle. Well, these can't get much closer, but they're not going in.
Well, it's an inviting table for whoever gets in first.
And a spot of bother for Kyren this time, the way the Reds are positioned. Even though he may try and leave the white in this jaws of this corner pocket, he will leave some sort of shot at something. Unless he's going to try and pot his way out of trouble. No, he can't see enough of it. Oh, surely not.
Well, I genuinely thought Oliver was a bit unlucky with some of the running in the previous match with Matthew Stevens. And in short matches, it does make a difference. He made the odd error as well, I know, but you know, these little nudges and just where the cue ball lands, what lands next to it, all that sort of thing can make a difference, not only to the frame, but also to the way the players are thinking as well, and their own state of mind.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, David. You know, it's such a minefield out there. Oliver should have had an absolute sitter, and instead he's left Kyren a sitter.
Sorry, clean the line.
Yeah, it's going to be hard from here to really get a good safety. He's gone for the red. Now I'm sure he fears the worst here. Yeah, I mean he's had a few goes at getting in. Could have had an easier one than that though, after Wilson's previous shot. So Kyren Wilson, who made 62 in frame 1, with another chance here in frame 2.
nothing to do with the cue ball. Just screw down the table. Plenty of reds to go at.
Yeah, and we know what a heavy scorer he is. He made 74 centuries last season. That's second only to Judd Trump, who made 90. Well,
that's probably his worst shot of the day.
Yeah,
4.
That was out of nowhere.
He had such a huge margin of error, did Kyren Wilson there. It was almost impossible to finish on nothing.
Well, this is where attitude comes into it, because he'll be livid with himself, but he's now looking to play, well, sort of pot safety here.
Kyren Wilson 4.
So, you know, he coped with that well. He had every right to be annoyed with himself, but he just took a deep breath. Still livid though.
I think Oliver can see the red closest to the white, just to the right of the pink, but he's got to be very careful. He gets a good white ball from this, with 2 reds close to the right hand corner pocket. He's got to go side cushion, black cushion, side cushion, so try and get somewhere on the ball cushion behind the green if he can. That's his only hope of getting it safe. Needs to miss the brown. Yeah, it's just flicked the brown, and I think he's left the one to the left of the 2 near the corner.
Again though, on another day there, he gets a nice kiss on the brown and it lands right in behind the green. Not today. There you can see Kyren Wilson can get through to this red.
And that's not too bad. Just a straightforward pink or blue into the corner. Straight down Kyren's cue action there with the camera.
Yeah, those 74 centuries last season, 23 of them were made in the invitation version of this. And that's a new record for any single tournament.
7.
He pipped Neil Robertson's old record. And he was very determined to do it. We kept mentioning it to him, which maybe didn't help, but every time we saw him, he said, oh yeah, I only need another 5, another 4, etc. And he went into the last night needing to make 4, and he made them. Not only won the tournament, but he was absolutely determined to set that record.
Yeah, he's a very
30.
determined character, is Kyren. You know, and I think he'd be the first to admit it was an aspect of his game that needed improving if he wanted to start threatening the big tournaments. And he certainly addressed it. And this looks almost certain to be 2-0.
21. $22.
Yeah, Oliver just got to sit in his seat and try and stay focused just in case Kyren does miss.
29.
Worrying times. Sorry, Peter, I was going to say worrying times because, of course, he drew his first match, so if he loses this frame,
30.
obviously the best he can then do is a draw, and chances of winning the group very unlikely in that scenario.
Yeah, still got to try and stay focused though. You know, still a lot of money to play for, and you know, if he could come back and force a draw, it'd still, at least it'd force Kyren's hand for his last game. You know, so he's got to keep trying, keep focused.
37.
You know, if anything, just to try and relax and play the sort of snooker he knows he's capable of. Because once he masters that, Oliver, I think he'll be okay.
$38.
I'm sure Oliver's disappointed with how the first frame went, not so much this one. He hasn't really done anything wrong in this frame, he just hasn't had
44.
any chances, but he knows he should have won the first frame, and in such a short format, you lose a frame you should have won, you're up against it, and even more so against the defending champion.
45.
He's going to need another red after this. And it should be 2-0 to Kyren Wilson. He's tough in any tournament, but for some reason the Championship League just seems very difficult to beat.
51.
He's on screen for you, so this red and Oliver Lyons will require snookers.
52. $58. $59.
This is the level that Oliver's hoping to get to, so you know he's just got to take it on the chin like any player.
So black stays out, but a solid 59 to
Kyren
follow
Wilson.
62.
And the frame.
Kyren Wilson, you guarantee